You're invited to pretty with me at my pretty party. It's your favorite auntie. Keep your pity, give me the party. I gotta look good, so I'm gonna be tardy. All right, my teacups and teapots, it's your favorite auntie. I am back with a little sugar. For those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. My name is Joy Moya, and I'm your favorite auntie. And right now, I want to talk to you about gratitude, being grateful. I think that we should at least try to break down what it means to be grateful, as far as like, you know, my teacups and teapots that are cultural, that are in the hood, so to speak. Like, I get it because we deal with so much and so many things at once, and we're fighting oppression and poverty, and we're just fighting trauma and so many other things, peer pressure, demands from the family. We're battling so many things that it can appear that we're not grateful when, you know, someone does something for us or someone compliments us. I understand that because I was at that point when I was your age, right? So that's why I want to talk to you about it right now, right? So gratefulness pulls from your understanding. It eradicates your pride and ego and your entitlement syndrome, right? Like, I used to think that my mama was just supposed to take care of me, and she was supposed to give me whatever I wanted, whatever I asked for, you know, and I just didn't want to hear no ifs, ands, or buts about it, right? But it wasn't always the case. And when she did do her best, it was like I was a little ungrateful because it wasn't what I expected or wanted, but it was the best that she could do at the time. And I'll give you an example. Like, I don't know if you probably would know of the store called Payless, right? Payless was a shoe store, and I wish they were still around because I would be all in there getting some shoes, okay? But my mom bought me some gym shoes from Payless, right? And they were plastic. They were plastic. They were plastic. They were cute, but they were plastic. And I I I didn't want those shoes. I wanted like the shoes that were like acceptable, like a low poverty grade acceptable shoe, when you couldn't get the Nike or the Adidas um or the other top name brands. It was BK, British Knights. I couldn't even, my mama couldn't even afford British Knights. I went straight to Payless. We went to Payless and got my shoes. And then I would play with, you know, my friends or whatever. And one time we were playing like it, and I had those shoes on, and I slid down the hall, and they just bust out, started laughing at me. And I was just so ungrateful. I was just so ungrateful, only because I was being teased, right? Only because I was being laughed at. So that was my pride and my ego, right? It affected that, if I'm going to be honest. But I just want to try and put a pin there and help you. Your favorite auntie wants to help you and remind you to do your best to be grateful, right? Do your best to express your gratitude, right? Because if you think about it, no one owes you anything. I know it's so difficult to hear that. Just don't wait until you get in your 40s and 50s and see, like, you know, no one owes you anything. But God blesses you with everything. So be grateful, right? When someone offers you a word of encouragement, advice, prayer, if someone buys you something to eat, or just gives you something that means something to them, right? Express your gratitude. And again, being from the hood, and in our culture, we don't express gratitude the way that normal people would express gratitude. Like, we're grateful, we're thankful, but we uh we just don't express it, and we should. And that's what I'm trying to get you to understand. That's what I'm trying to convey here. Do your best to express your gratitude, because it'll definitely take you a long way. Okay, it'll take you a long way. And the person or people you express gratitude to, they may be able to open some doors for you. Okay, may be able to help you out in life, right? And I get, expressing gratitude might be like one of the hardest things to display for some people, right? But if you just say, oh, thank you for this will help me, and woo wop the bam and blah da da, okay? You can say, I appreciate that, right? Just do your best to express gratitude. Be grateful, right? And again, I am on your side, because I'm going to be honest and say that I did not always express my gratitude, even though I was grateful and I was so thankful. I was thankful to those aunts who came and picked me up, and made sure that I was safe, fed, and entertained, right? I was so thankful, but I did not express my gratitude in the way that a normal person would have. One, because of my environment, okay? Kids from the projects, we just, yeah. I don't know. I wish I could explain it, right? I wish I could, figure that thing out to explain it. I can only share with you my experience, and tell you that as an adult, where I am now, and looking back to where I have been, I can say that I probably did not express my gratitude the way that I should have. And I'm going to give you another example. So when I got back in the house, right? Prodigal son returning to home, returning to church. I got up in that church and I sat down and I was just slumped over, and I was just, listening but not paying attention, right? I wasn't assertive. I wasn't alert. I wasn't participating. But I was in the building. I was in the chair, and I was among the people, the community, in the kingdom, right? All of that. But one, I needed to be in the building, but I wasn't ready to be in the building. But God made me sit there. God made me sit in that seat until I, one, realized how appreciative I should have been to even be sitting in the building, right? Considering what I had overcome, right? One of those, if I look back over my life and think things over, one of those, right? So I get it, right? You might not be in a mental space to understand and realize that you should always express gratitude, even if it's as simple as a smile, even if it's as simple as a thank you, even if it's as simple as building your presence, right? Shifting your presence to, whereas, my pastor would say, fix your posture, right? Sit up and change your facial expression to even show gratitude and gratefulness, right? So there's some ways that you can definitely show that you're grateful to God for everything and for all things, right? Right? Because one, God is the source. God is the source. God is the source of all things. So if you're not grateful to anyone, let's start with God. Let's be grateful and thankful to God. And at some point, I'm gonna think about it, but I know that there is a difference between um, being thankful and being grateful. I think I broke that down one time before and I forgot. Like, I was talking to one of my coworkers and I expressed to her the difference between being grateful and being thankful. And I broke that thing down real good and I forgot about it. Your auntie mind is a little warped, okay? We're still working on it, but I just wanted to share that with you. Definitely remember to express your gratitude. Always be thankful, right? Always be thankful. Even when things are not as you expect, if you're in a tight spot, still be thankful. Still express gratitude, right? Think about Job, because Job was like, he had so much to happen to him. He lost everything. He lost a lot, and even had a illness, a sickness to come upon him. And he was still grateful. He still had gratitude toward God, right? So if you remember nothing else, remember, do your best to express your gratitude and always be thankful. It will take you a long way, and you are more apt to receive help and blessings with your expression of gratitude. So my teacups and teapots, just say thank you. Just acknowledge and appreciate the act of, someone saying something of encouragement to you, or doing something positive for you, right? Express your gratitude. And even for the ones that might pour a little salt on you, give you a little negative, give you a little push, give you a little noise, just thank them too, because you need haters. So thank your haters. Be grateful for your haters, because if you don't have them, then, God can't use your enemies to bless you. So in all things, give thanks. My teacups and teapots. That's the little sugar I have for you. If you like, you can definitely donate a seed of 6 beginning in or ending in 6. And also like this video so that we can get the algorithm up, okay? So we can get the algorithm up, and definitely subscribe so that you don't miss a video. All right, that's all I have for you on this video. Until next time.